All right, man. What's up, Xentury, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
Yo, thanks for coming in and doing this with us, man. Really appreciate it. So tell me about like the singing side of things too, because you're a rapper and like you sing too, right?
Yeah, well, primarily I've been a singer, and I've always like been told to rap because whenever people are outside freestyling, like after a showcase and I'm smashed, I'll just go outside and body people for fun.
For real.
And they'll be like, "Weren't you just singing?
Yeah.
Like, why are you out here hurting my feelings?" So, but I think the reason why I started rapping heavy now because my new project that I'm working on is like very, I would say, Miss Independent kind of an album, like Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't know where the singing and the rapping start and begin. So all of that is what I'm doing now.
Dope.
And everything that's out now is like old, did that, now wait.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about like some of the tracks that are out now, like that Chick's track that you have.
Yeah, Chick is cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's like an homage like to Pac, right?
Yeah, that's definitely an homage to Pac. Thank you for noticing. Because he has this track called I'd Rather Be a Nigga. And I literally took the whole beginning of the track and just said, I'd rather be your chick.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were to play me and him beside each other, it would be, like, basically the same for the first two bars.
Yeah.
And then it goes into what I say, but it's like, I'd rather be your chick than your nigga. So we can get drunk and smoke weed all day.
Yeah. So talk to me about some of the influences like growing up. Like obviously, you know, like you were doing the Pac. Like who else were some of the MCs and you know, you mentioned Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, definitely Lauryn Hill. I don't know, just like anybody that was popping in the 90s for hip hop especially. Yeah. And then like I liked Destiny's Child, but like I was never really like my music wasn't influenced with them. Like they inspired me definitely. Yeah. As a woman, you know. But like my music is influenced by like say Jagged Edge, Blackstreet. Okay. Like those kind of like old school urban boy bands, you know what I mean? It goes back to like Motown and all that stuff. Like I really like the male voice, and like I have a lower register raspy kind of thing. So when you listen to like say Mariah Carey, you know, she has that rasp, right?
She does.
So that's the kind of thing I like to hold on to, that authenticness of just me knowing where I come from, and I like boy bands and yeah.
So talk to me about like you obviously have songs with like, you know, Toronto legends or Canadian legends. You know, you had Danny O. You said you had a song with Michie. Like how did those connections come about? Because like a lot of people now that are getting into Toronto hip hop now, they don't really know about, you know, the pioneers of the Canadian rap game. Like Michie Me is like a legend. Yeah. Danny O is a legend. You know what I mean? Like in the Toronto scene and in the Canadian scene. Like talk to me about those connections. How those came about.
I met Danny O at a showcase that was like supposed to be amazing. But you know how it goes. If you can't do it properly, it's not going to be done properly, no matter how nice the space is, no matter how many artists you have. So we ended up at a table, and when I'm like bored and I don't have anything to really do and there's people and I'm drunk, I like mile a minute like this. For real. But like I'm a comedian, so like I had him in tears laughing, and he's like, if you can sing as good as you can make me laugh, like I need to do music with you. So I did a hook for him that he had written for his daughter. And then he was like, yo, let me just send you this beat. And like 5 minutes later, I sent him back the hook. And he's like, that's it. And that's it. I can't sleep. I can't breathe. Yeah, that one. And I don't even know where that came from. I think I was just like in a place where I felt like everybody's on me, but nobody gives a shit. So that's where that came from. And then Michie Me is willing and able. That was another situation where I met her through people, and then years down the road, she's like, I need her for my birthday party or whatever, and I performed for her birthday party like every year since then. For real. And we ended up at the studio, and she's like, listen to this beat. And I just started freestyling and like doing what I do, and like the whole song came up in an hour. So that was fun.
Wow, that's pretty dope, man. I mean, those are like I said, those are pioneers in the rap game, and to have them, you know, kind of take you under their wing and kind of be like recognize your talent. That says a lot, man. Talk to me about like the Toronto scene now of current people, like any artists that you listen to now, like who you checking for in the city.
There's this guy named Tommy. He's pretty dope. You should check him. Okay. Check anything that I'm doing. He's around right now because you have to be around greatness to create greatness. Yeah. Rax Official, Uh, No Love Lost, aka Lone Star. You don't know I love you. Just a lot of people that like I mess with, like that are doing it right now. Like there's this guy named Scary. There's a guy named Roche. Like we all got Brooklyn Talks. Like we all got voted onto Hip Hop Canada's little thing they did. And it was like so many people voted for all of us that they couldn't pick one. So
Yeah.
I think the Toronto scene's doing dope. And honestly, as long as you're a positive person in the scene, like you seem to be doing well. Unless you're certain people and like negativity just works for you.
Yeah.
But whatever works for you, work it, man. You know,
Facts.
get it.
Facts.
That's what the city's about. That's what the city is about. Whatever works for you, work it, because it doesn't matter what you actually have.
Yeah. Well, it seems like there's a lot of like, you know, obviously on the male side of things, there's a lot of beef and, you know, politics talks. We're not going to get into that. But even on the female side too, it's like, you know, it seems a little contentious too. Where like, you know, there's a lot of females that are going after like different people, right? Like, why do you think that happens? Like, where do you think that sparks from?
I think it's just animosity, to be honest. I think people are just mad. Everyone's just mad at everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you doing it and I'm not doing it? And me, personally, I don't even do that. I'll just see what you're doing and then go message the person who did it for you and then get it too.
Yeah.
So if you see me do something right after you, yes, I stole your idea and did it faster. But that's what the female, I don't know, man. I'm not involved with all that. Like, I like to see both sides. So like when I see one person hating on another person, I'll be like, you know, you only hate on them because they make you that angry. And that's probably what they're trying to do. Yeah. So that's it. Females, we just got to come together because honestly, if you really take notice, there's some serious music coming from us right now.
There is, man. There's you know. Nassia,
well, yeah, obviously.
I like Nassia a lot too. Even like Nana Goody has some good tracks. Like, yeah, there's a lot of females that are making great music, man.
Yeah, she's pretty hard. I can't lie. She comes with some punch.
She does.
Yeah,
she does.
She's dope.
Speaking of like that hate, man, like Toronto's been known to, back in the day we were a screw face capital. I don't know what they call it now, but back then, no, that's what people are saying. Do you think there's a lot of hate in Toronto? In general?
Yeah.
More hate than love?
I think we're all just assholes, and the whole world thinks we're nice. That's it. We're just people who smile in your face and say fuck you. And when we open a door and you walk through it and don't say thank you, we turn around and say thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not as nice as we seem, but I don't know. We used to be better at controlling it, but now it's just some hot-headed rampage life.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because even last year it was like the highest number of shootings in the city, right? Like almost 500 shootings in the city, which is crazy. And speaking of that too, like obviously like, reading your background and knowing what you've been through, like, you've been actually affected by that.
Yeah.
Like talk to us about that, man. Like in that experience of being a part of last year's
being a statistic.
Yeah, being a statistic, being a number, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's basically all I am. That's how I feel. I'm just a number that's alive.
Yeah.
Well, thank God, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's...
I'm glad my kids still have their mom, like, you know what I mean? I have a bullet in my back, but I could walk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you want to be pissed off, but at the same time, like, I'm a very, I don't know, worldly, emotional person. Like, I feel bad for who shot me, to be honest. Like, I'll pray for my enemy first.
Yeah.
Because karma's wicked. And, like, you shot into a crowd of fucking random people and only hit 2 women.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You must feel like shit.
Yeah.
So, I feel bad for you. Because for you to even get to that point mentally to think, oh, this is okay. I don't know none of these people, but okay.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you had something.
Something had to go
on. We had to have left you behind somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't just happen. You've been fearing for your life or somebody's been talking in your ear because there was no one else to speak properly to you. That's basically it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it hurt, but pain is, it has a time limit. It goes away at some point, or you get used to it. But like to have to go through this shit every day and every morning you wake up and you look on the news and you got to call everybody you know. You're texting everybody you know, or everybody's texting you because they know, oh, she will know. And that's the problem now. It's like, ever since I got shot, it's like every time something happens, I'm flooded with information. Like, yo, did you hear what happened? And I think it's because maybe people feel comfortable talking to me now about stuff like that because it's like, oh, shit, she's been through it. She's not going to lie to me. And no, I'm not. I'll never lie to you regardless, but that's kind of where it's taken to me in life, and that has brought me into where I am in music now. It's like not giving a fuck. I'm just gonna come for everybody's head and make sure you know I am and always have been the most underrated musician in this city. Like, unfortunately, Toronto's best kept secret.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with. I like when I first heard your music too. I'm just like, you know, I really like the vibe, man, of the music. You know what I mean? Just like you're mixing, like it just gives me that old school feeling. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're talking about the '90s. It gives me that feeling. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's harkening back to those, to you know, to that golden age of R&B and hip hop and stuff, right? Like it's not like trappy and all that stuff that's going on now. It kind of reminds me of what was happening before, right?
Yeah, and that's where I was. You know what I mean? Before I got touched, it was like I was in that 90s, yo, I want to bring this back kind of, let's do that vibe. But I'm not on that no more. So I'm sorry, guys. Maybe like I have a 1-2 tracks that has like serious vocals and stuff like that, but it's not going to be on no lovey-dovey stuff anymore. So you didn't listen to me when I was being nice. So now I'm going to have to talk to things.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that whole, obviously, like going through a traumatic experience like that, like I was reading the article at Toronto Star, sorry, and it said like, you know, the bullet was lodged in your back, but it missed like your spinal cord and major like organs, right?
Yeah.
Like how crazy is that, man? Like you're you're just at a place and, you know, something happens. You said that, you know, you felt something, you didn't even know what happened really. And then
you've never felt, that's not something like you felt before.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a heart attack. You got to sit there and be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and your body your brain does a really good job of like instantly cutting off connection to what's going on so that you don't shut down. But I don't know. That was like the longest however seconds I've ever had in my life. And then people just stepping all over you, trying to get away. And then people stepping on over you because the boy of them are coming. Like, you know what I mean? So you lose a lot of friends. You lose a lot of faith. You don't trust nobody. You ain't trying to go back to your own block because it's like, I'm not even worried about the people coming to the block as much as I'm worried about the people on my block. Because it's like, yeah, I love you, but where were you? What were you doing? You running. I'm sitting there holding my own hole. You know what I mean? And you looking at me and stepping over me like you don't even know who I am. I've known you for like 15 years. Damn. So that's why I don't care anymore. I care because I'm here I want to make change in the city. And that's why I don't care. It's not that I don't give a fuck. It's just I don't care. I'm going to do what I can now and I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to be where I want to be and I'm going to go where I want to go. And you're not going to stop me. And when I get there, then I'll stop and say hi. But until then, no, there's only one direction. It's not backwards.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I guess you're saying earlier too, like in that you're saying that like, you know, those events are kind of shaping the music that you're making now. So talk to me about that and like what can we expect the new music and the new sound to be?
I don't know. I'm honestly, like, I'm at a point where I'm making music with people who are making me speechless about my own music. You know what I mean? Shout out to EA. You already know. Dosh Studios. Everybody got it. Dope. Like, but it's like a life-changing thing. Like, a lot of people are going to hear it and they're going to be like, yo, I wanted her to do that from time. Or, yo, that sounds like that's some real stuff. But you're not going to deny it. It's definitely coming real hard. Really hard.
For real.
Yes.
So when can we expect that, you know, and to hear anything off that project?
Actually, Friday, I just dropped our first track called 6 Page, which is a letter to my streets, you know what I mean? We had it on I Live Radio and Bring Your A Game. They
big up Bring Your A Game,
Yeah, they released it, so...
Your favorite light skin Bring Him Up?
You know what I mean? I'm so gross because I said his name wrong. I was so nervous. And I called him Dynamite instead of Dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
And he instantly texted me after, like, yo, why is my engineer dying right now? I felt so silly. So, yes, Dynamic, I love you. But, yeah, they released it, so should be putting it up on Spotify within, like, the next week or so. So check that out, because it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. But then everything after it seems to just be getting worse and worse and worse. So... I don't know. You might have to holler at me from now.
For real, eh? Get those features in right now.
Yeah, no, there's no features.
No features.
Ain't no feature unless you got enough money. Then
then
there's obviously a conversation.
Mm.
But yeah, no features.
No features. It's all.
I don't need features.
No, I'm saying not features for you, but features for
no.
other
That's
people
okay.
getting you
That's
features.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Okay.
Even if you need it, I don't need it.
Mm.
Cause I got so much music in my head that I don't have room for you. Even if it's your track, I might just. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Because I freestyle off the top of my head like it's nothing. I could go for days. You could play any beat. I don't know what you're playing, what genre it is. It doesn't matter. Challenge me. I'll take you.
For real.
You know what I mean? Play that music and I'll show you. Yo, I'll go. I'll sing. I'll rap. I'll whatever. Just do everything and win.
So my other question was going to be like, obviously, who do you want to collaborate from the city? But I guess right now you're just on your own tip. And you're just,
I mean, obviously you want to collaborate with people. Like,
yeah.
But like, you know, when you're on the same level as them, like, of course, I would love to get like a shout out and like somebody come put me on. But until then, like, yeah, I'll see you when I'm there too. I'm not stressed.
Yeah.
Like Tory Lanez, yes.
Yeah, big up. Tory.
I want to work with him because he does everything.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's the type of mind I know I could make some magic with. And then I just like the way that he called everyone out in the game. And he was like, yo, I got this money right here.
I got 10 stacks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that video. I remember that video.
If you're really into Toronto music, like, you know that stuff, right? And then there's the obviouses like Drake and, you know, everybody else who's up there. I don't care. Anybody, Houdini, anyone who wants to work with me from the city, I'm down for that. But anything that's not making me go forward, that's a no-go.
Okay, so nothing that's bringing you back.
No.
Nothing bringing you back. There's forward movements.
Nah, I got a second chance at life. You don't waste that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, man. So let's talk about like Toronto social media pages and stuff. Like, do you follow any of them? Like, do you follow like Six Buzz? Do you follow like Real News Toronto? Are you into that stuff, or is this like what's your thoughts on it? Big up, respect.
Yes, I follow the Wave Room.
Yeah, big up the Wave Room.
I like them because they don't post so much dumb shit. I used to watch Six Buzz. No disrespect to Six Buzz or anything, but I just feel like y'all are fake. You like before they took everything from my boy and made it into a corporation. Like, yo, that was sick. Like, it was live. He was putting people on. But then he met Chromas, and then it turned into a corporation. And then it was just like, okay, now anybody who could pay me enough to put their dumb shit on my site, I'll put it up there. And then anybody who sees it now, you instantly got like 10,000 followers or whatever like that. Like, that's amazing, yeah. I just don't want to see it every day because I have other things to do.
Yeah.
I don't need to be watching you guys. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I don't need to watch all of that no more. I got my own. I got to watch me. And if it's not bringing me information about what's going on in the world and how I can better it, or just bring knowledge to myself, like, there's no point in following you. So like, I follow a lot of sites that have like science and animals and like biographies and you know, history and stuff like that. Things that could teach me stuff.
Yeah, nothing that's just not like just strictly entertainment and strictly like the bullshit.
No, like I used to follow like stupid shit like Fashion Nova and stuff like that. Like just a sheep. Like,
yeah.
You know? So now I just like, I don't know, I just want to switch my brain over. And ever since I did that, it's like shit clicked.
I hear that. Even on those pages too, you have people like, you know, we interviewed her too. We have like Debbie.
What up, Debbie Gang Life? What up?
You know,
she got her face tattooed yesterday.
Yeah, we see. Yeah,
she goes hard, bro.
Debbie.
She rides.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on like that, on that side of things, right? Because she's more of like a personality type of, you know, person, right?
She reminds me of like, say, if Weird Al Yankovic didn't make music, like just like entertaining.
Yeah.
You know, but I like, from what I hear, she's super young.
Yeah, she
is
young.
I heard she's like 17 years old.
Yeah, she's like 17, 18 years old. Yeah, we found that out
so,
when she came over here.
Yeah, so like, I don't know. To me, like, I'm a hood baby too. So like, when I see her, she just reminds me of like that little white kid running around in their diaper in the block. And you're like, fuck, Susie got out again.
Yeah.
Where's her mom?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I hope she just finds something to better herself with this situation. Like, uses her clout to elevate her life, because I don't really like how people deal with her, to be honest. I think they could treat her nicer, but they want to make her a joke.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and that's what our city's about, yo. If you're not fucking making that money and you're not funny, or we can't make fun of you, but what are you here for?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I feel like that's true. Even like a lot of the other personalities, like Bucksby Billin, like he's hilarious too. I mean, that you're right. It's kind of like it's a big, it's almost like a big joke, almost thing. Like you're saying, like if we can't laugh at you, then we're not gonna.
It's like our own reality TV, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because if you meet her, what it seems like, if you meet her and you have money and like whatever, she'll put you on, but it's like you can control the situation. So it's like you're kind of programming Love is Hip Hop yourself, and she's like the Jocelyn Hernandez.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like I said, I just hope she uses this situation to like better her life and her family's life, and it seems like she's doing that. When you talk to these people that we just see on social media, they're not what they seem.
Yeah. 100%.
When you give them a moment to just act like make them comfortable, where they don't have to be that person, they're totally different people.
Yeah.
Not me though, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah, so I have another question I always ask my guests is like, how can we make, like, what does Toronto look like in 5 years? Like, what does the music scene look like in Toronto in 5 years?
I think the music scene's gonna be like how when Wayne blew up the world. Drake is just doing that now. You know what I mean? Because Wayne came up with Bling Bling 12 years before he was really popping.
Yeah.
And he brought the music to Atlanta and everywhere like it was nothing. The South was taking over it. And before that, it was all about New York. Timberlands and freaking Rockaware clothing.
Yep.
And then the next thing you know, it's all about grills and like all these...
Getting crunk.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Scissor, all this shit. And then now we have Drake. So it's like the paradigm shift is coming. It's just there's not enough eyes on all of us yet. And I think that if two more of us, certain of us, especially me, if we pop off, like the world's going to see some different stuff. Because I'm not a person that you can put into a box, which is probably a good quality. I'll just go everywhere and talk to everybody. Yeah.
But speaking of putting into a box, we talked about Tory Lanez. We talked about Drake. Like their styles are always like they can do hip hop, they can do reggae, they can even do like reggaeton, you know what I mean? Or they can do all types of music. Like what is a Toronto sound to you?
I think that is Toronto. Like if you're from Canada, well, not just Toronto. Like I mean, we talk about Toronto, but if you really think about it, like 60% of these people ain't even from Toronto.
Yeah,
they don't even live in Toronto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you say like the Canadian music scene is exactly what you would expect when you come and you see the people. You are what you eat. We eat all kind of food.
Facts.
We fuck all kind of people.
That's facts.
So we have that like influence, right? So like you have that white girl who's probably the baddest bubbler on the planet because she grew up in the hood. Like all of her friends are yachties, and they're like, "Nah, Gretchen, you're not coming to the party with us moving like that again."
Yeah.
So it's all about being influenced and taking everything, and I think that there's so much influence here, and also like pressure for us to be diverse. That the music has to be, and it will always be. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't done like more Punjabi music considering our population. Like that used to be, Cassidy had that popping for a while. But like, I think country, everything should pop off in Canada. There's no reason. Yeah,
there's a lot of, speaking of Punjabi, there's a lot of Punjabi rappers out there that are like in Toronto that are making like major moves, right?
But we wouldn't know about it.
Yeah.
There's like he has 1 billion fans in India or something like that. Yeah. And no one knows about it here because we don't care. Like, oh wow. Like you're famous in another country. Like, so I don't see you on the walls in Toronto. Yeah. And that's how I feel like we're kind of shady, but yeah, we need to break out of that for sure because it's true. We have talent that makes a lot of money.
We do.
A lot of money. As much as you may think that there's only certain people making paper in the city, their money don't compare. Like there's billions passing through here every day. So unless you're making that.
Yeah. So So what about the Toronto scene in terms of like doing shows? You know, like talk to me about that. Is there like difficulties doing that part of that? Like, because obviously, like, you know, you go to Atlanta, there's strip clubs and stuff, and they play the music in the strip clubs. It's kind of like
yeah,
little
that's
hub,
easy.
right?
It makes it easier when you have like a strip club.
Yeah.
But when you have places like the House of Lancaster and Paradise, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So what would
It
be
doesn't
Toronto's
really match
equivalent?
Magic City, right?
Yeah.
But Toronto,
Do you think we need something like that? Do we need something that's you know, a place where artists can go to perform, like on a? Because I know there's obviously like there's a lot of like
so we have
talent
like
showcases.
T-Dot Fest.
Yeah.
I was doing the interviews at that this year. And that's a huge platform. And that's like for any genre, I think. Mostly hip hop and R&B, but like for any genre, you could be on that. And then, I don't know, man, it's not hard to get a show in this city. It's just what kind of show do you want to be on? And I feel like you got to start in an empty room before you can really be on a big stage.
Yeah.
And like I've been there. I've been putting on showcases since I was starting music. Like I was like, frig it. I can't find a show. I'm just going to put on a show. So that's how I feel about shows. There's millions. If you need a show, holler at me. My DMs are open. I will find you one next week, I promise. And if not, I'll throw one. And I feel like everyone should do that. Like, yo, put yourself on. Shows or whatever. Because they don't really matter right now. Right now it's streaming. Right now it's views. Right now it's, you know, how many followers you have.
Yeah.
And then it's about how many people you can bring into the... Because it used to be, let's build their name. But now it's like, okay, they have to have a name. They have to have a guaranteed... Can you bring 1,000 people to a show? So